Okay, now I would like to explain some concepts of functions that you learn in the A-level Cambridge syllabus. So what exactly is a function? A function consists of a few things. So firstly, a function, you usually see something like this: x plus 3. Okay, this is a very simple linear function. Linear because it has power of 1. Anything when a polynomial has a power of 1 is called linear. Alright, so this is an example of a function. Right, behind there's a comma, so for example x smaller or equals to 3. That means x can take value smaller and equals to 3. This is what we call the domain of the function. That means the values that this function can take. If I change the f to gx, it's just changing another alphabet. These two functions are essentially the same. If I define them, if I define the rule to be the same, this part of the function we call it the rule. Right, this is the rule of how the function should behave, and this part is the domain. As long as the domain and the rule of the function is the same, then they are essentially similar functions. They are the same function. So I can call it fx, I can call it gx, or I can give it any alphabet. Right? They are actually essentially the same function. So how does a function works? Okay, a function works, let's say when we change then this is 3 plus 3 equals to 6. If I put g4, then x is replaced by 4. Now if I define another function as x equals to x squared plus ex plus 2x plus 3, and I made a mistake here. You see that? Because in the domain we are not supposed to accept values more than 3. This symbol means smaller or equals to. So for this function gx, we are not supposed to take values that is greater than 3, and 4 is greater than 3. So this is invalid. This is wrong. This is correct because 3 is smaller or equals to 3. So this function is acceptable. So for here, let's say if I write this, that means x is an element of real numbers. This is the symbol for real numbers. This means that x can be any real number. And what is a real number? A real number is any number besides a complex number. Okay, I shall not delve into complex numbers now, but real numbers, just take it that any number is a real number for now. So 2.3 is a real number, 2.345 is a real number. So what is a complex number? A complex number is something like 3i. There's this I where I equals to square root minus 1. This we'll deal with another time. This is a complex number. But all these that we mentioned, any number, even 1, 5, minus 3, all of these are real numbers. So that means I can substitute any real number into this function. So let's say if I put s 2.3, what is going to be the outcome? Then it will be 2.3 square plus e to the power of 2.3 plus 2 times 2.3 plus 3. And evaluate this, that will be the function when we replace x with 2.3. If you get the idea, it just means that when you substitute a value inside here, it replaces all the x with that value. Alright, so yeah, that's the basic of functions. Okay, so you realize that for a function to exist, it must map one value only to one value. So hx cannot be something like this. Oh, this is not an acceptable function because there's a plus minus sign over here. It means that, let's say if I substitute 3, I will get plus 3 or minus 3, because it will then be like this one. When I substitute 3, it becomes plus minus square root 3 times 3, which is plus minus square root 9, which is equals to plus 3 or minus 3. This is not a function. A function maps one value of x into just one value. So this is a function. Every function value of x is mapped onto one value. Is mapped onto one value. This is mapped onto the same value here, but it's only mapped onto one value. This is a function, but it's not a function. This is still a function. This is not a function anymore, because one value is mapped into two value. That's not a function. Okay, I shouldn't be using hx because hx means this. So let this be bx. Alright. Let's say this is bx, or then this is ex. Right. Then you see there are different functions. This is not a function. This is a function. A function has to map one value to strictly one value only. It has to map one value in the domain to one value in the range only. And one thing to take note, a domain is the value here. The value, this is the domain, and the domain is substituted into here. What is the range? The range is the range of values after you substitute a range of values of x, you get a range of values of hx. The range of values is what we call the range of the function.